What's going on, everybody? Meteorologist Eric Beasley here with the Maryland Weather Network with the latest on what to expect here for the rest of the week, including that significant heat wave, which begins tomorrow, Wednesday, July the 1st, across the region. So let's get right into the details and let you know what to expect here as we head through the overnight hours and into the first part of your Wednesday. Temps right now around 90. Looks like we'll fall through the 80s and then eventually into the 70s overnight tonight. I think we only drop to the mid 70s by the time you wake up on Wednesday morning. But let me show you what's going on in the upper level parts of the atmosphere. What I have pulled up here is water vapor imagery, and it basically shows the moisture in the atmosphere. All the orange and brown is dry air in the mid levels of the atmosphere, and all the areas of gray and white and blue are actually areas of showers and storms. And you can see that they're kind of rotating around this area of high pressure in a clockwise fashion, and that's a lot of times what will happen with this type of pattern. You will start to see these disturbances that'll ride around the edge of it, kind of like spokes on a bicycle wheel, if you will. If you were to spin that wheel around, those little spokes will spin around, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now with the upper level disturbances. Those are the ones that trigger the showers and storms. Now, it looks like the Northeast and New England is going to be dealing with that particular situation over the next couple of days, but the ridge, as it breaks down into next week, it looks like we may get in on the action as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is the forecast of the upper level area of high pressure, and you can clearly see where the ridge is right there. What I want to turn your attention to are these little red and yellow blobs here. Those are the upper level disturbances. Notice here on Wednesday into Thursday, the ridge builds eastward. Friday, same story. The ridge will start to back off some, though, by this weekend, and we could see some of those disturbances drop into our area by that point. But really, overall, the strongest point in the ridge is going to be, looks like, sometime on Thursday into Friday. So you can see there the big oval sits right on top of the mid-Atlantic, and then it starts to get squashed or pushed down to the south by the time we head towards the weekend. So the ridge is eventually going to break down. It's going to take until the weekend to do that, though, and that's when the heat should start to back off some. Still going to be hot, but not as hot as it's going to be from Wednesday through Saturday. Heat advisory in effect here that goes into effect for most of the region through Wednesday morning into Wednesday evening, and then we've got the excessive heat watch, which is likely going to be upgraded to a warning for most of the state. That's likely going to go through at least Friday. Some spots may see it extended into Saturday, as that area of high pressure aloft begins to gradually weaken across the region here heading into the weekend. Heat index values not out of the question, could approach 110 to 115 degrees. The actual highs, though, are going to rival perhaps the heat wave that we saw back in 2011, even 2012, where we saw several days in a row of 100 degree plus temperatures across the area. 70s tonight, highs for your Wednesday, mid to upper 90s. Heat index values 100 to 110 degrees across the area. It's going to be fairly tough. Now, I think the worst day is going to be Friday. That's where we're going to see high temperatures in the low to mid 100s with heat index values over 110. And this is just kind of a preliminary look at what to expect. Just because it says we're going to see 106 in Baltimore here does not necessarily mean it's going to happen. But some of the forecast models have been very keen on having high temperatures in the mid 100s on Thursday into Friday. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But either way you look at it, this is going to be one of the more significant heat waves that we've seen in a while here across our area as we close out the work week. Be safe out there, particularly if you have to work out in this. It's going to be tough for you. Definitely will be thinking about you in that regard. Make sure you take frequent breaks, loose-fitting, light-colored clothing, and get into the AC as much as possible. And, of course, don't forget about the pets. Make sure that they're taken care of, plenty of water and cool shade for them as well. I'll keep you updated on this heat wave as it evolves throughout the week, but you can always get the latest Maryland weather information on mdweathernetwork.com. Have a good one.